everybody, welcome back to the Stretford Paddock for another episode of Paper Talk. And yes, I have brought my papers with me today. Was arsed to go buy them in the shop, and we do have some interesting stories for you today. A little bit less of the Wan-Bissaka stuff, because trust me, we're getting a bit tired of reporting it just as much as you're getting tired hearing about it. We want the deal over the line as much as you do. So that's why we're going to lead with a story today. And it's one that's kind of flown below the radar, given the fact that I think this is a deal at this stage that looks very... I'm going to eat my words probably, but this looks something that could very much happen. That's Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United. And the MEN are leading with the story saying United target Fernandes' agent is in the UK. So Bruno Fernandes' agent in the UK and allegedly speaking to both Spurs and Manchester United. Well, the interesting thing is Spurs were reported by Sky Sports last night to have cooled their interest in Bruno Fernandes leaving. Manchester United, the only likely club at this stage as an option for Bruno Fernandes. Manchester City were in the race with us to sign him, but it looks pretty certain that they're going to go for Rodri this summer, and it looks like Rodri's going to leave Atletico Madrid as well. Handed in a transfer request, I think the club confirmed, and I think they've already got his replacement in Marcus Llorente from Real Madrid. But Bruno Fernandes as well seems to be, I'm guessing he's this preferred option that United have been going on about. Obviously, the MEN reported earlier this week that United had held positive talks with Newcastle midfielder Sean Longstaff about a possible move, talking in the region of 20 to 25 million pounds. But it then went on to say that Longstaff isn't actually United's preferred option. You know, there's someone else that Ollie would like to bring in ahead of him. And at this stage, I'm getting it must be Bruno Fernandes. 32 goals from central midfield last season in the Portuguese league. Obviously, every Portuguese outlet is linking him with every big team in Manchester. But again, I have my reservations about the price. We're talking 65 to 60 million, or 65 to 70, allegedly million pounds. But 32 goals from midfield last season. You can't turn your nose up at that. The article also goes on to talk about the impending departure of Romelu Lukaku, which I think looks all but a certainty at this stage. It's not just the MEN reporting as well. A couple of minutes ago, the Gazzetta dello Sport breaking something that allegedly United and Inter have agreed a transfer with a £6 million a year salary for Lukaku. So it looks like we've seen the last of Romelu Lukaku in a Manchester United shirt. And to be honest, he'll probably go on to score like 40 goals a season in Serie A. And it will make us look like, you know, he got the worst end of the deal. Shipping him off when he's banging in Italy. But, you know, it's a style of football, really. We're not playing the style of football to utilise him at his best. Conte, he's going to be reunited with, well, I say reunited, he's going to join up with Conte, the man who tried to sign him when we were meant to get Morata back in 2017. 2017? 2016. Yeah, 2017, sorry. So Romelu Lukaku, after only 2 seasons at Manchester United, looks like his time is up at the club. Let me know what you guys are saying in the comments as well. Nothing really yet. But yeah, Romelu Lukaku looks certain to have played his last game for Manchester United. Literally touching on the Wan-Bissaka news there, obviously he had an absolute shocker for the England under-21s, as we alluded to earlier in the week on Monday, scoring an own goal. And England under-21 manager Eddie Boothroyd turning around and saying it looks he's guessing that Aaron Wan-Bissaka's head has been turned. He's a bit distracted with the impending move to Manchester United, which again looks like a formality at this stage. The only thing that's stopping us, as I said on the live stream on Tuesday, or on Wednesday I believe, is the structure of the upfront payment. United have allegedly agreed the personal terms, but the only thing that's stopping him from joining the group now is the payment structure. Palace want 50 million up front. United obviously offered 35 million plus 15 in add-ons, and they're just holding out for more, to be honest. Another story from the MEN as well, running with Ollie, or that Marcus Rashford is most likely to lead the line next season for Manchester United in Ollie's formation. Obviously, something that will split opinions. I don't know why it splits opinions, but something that allegedly, you know, some people, you know, some fans in the United fan base aren't a fan of Marcus Rashford at the moment, especially in light of the Jesse Lingard video, which was accidentally posted when it was meant to be saved to Snapchat. Obviously, that will definitely split opinions about the way those two are carrying themselves in Miami. Personally, it's not something that bothers me as much. I mean, I'd rather be more concerned with what's going on the pitch and what these lads are doing on holidays, to be honest. But yeah, Marcus Rashford shouldn't come as a surprise to us at this stage. These two lads who are going to lead the line, Marcus Rashford is the man who's going to lead the line for United next season as well. The MEN also reporting too that we look to be picked by Man City for the signing of Harry Maguire. They're running with the story, or the Daily Mirror, or the Mirror are running with the story. Pretty clever, if you ask me. Maggie Snatcher, one of the better headlines I've seen recently. £65 million is the figure that's been thrown around at the moment. Obviously, Leicester were allegedly not willing to let Maguire go to United for anything less than 70 to 75 million pounds. And it looks like, because Pep has obviously spoken publicly about his admiration of Harry Maguire, and he hasn't been. John Stones hasn't been getting his game at City recently, and it looks pretty likely that Harry Maguire will be talking out for Manchester City next season. Let me know what you guys are saying in the comments about that. We need deals done by July 1st. Also set a deadline. Well, the MEN also, that leads me to my next point, that United want all their business done, or they're hoping to get at least 2 or 3 more deals done before the squad fly out to Australia and Asia for the pre-season tour, I believe, on July the 7th. I don't know how likely that is to happen. We've been promised these things before, and we've been left with egg on our face, to be honest. It looks like the Wan-Bissaka deal will go through in the next week or so. The only thing that's stopping us, apparently, is the upfront payment. But it is, and there are contradicting reports about that. Simon Stone of the BBC saying that there's nothing really that's been agreed with the Wan-Bissaka situation. Although it is a fluid situation, he said, things can change, but apparently nothing's been agreed. So I don't know what to believe anymore, to be honest. The papers on Twitter are telling me different things every time, but if we're taking the general consensus, it looks like Wan-Bissaka will be a Manchester United player in the coming days. It's sad to see Lukaku go, but at the end of the day, he was causing problems in that attack. The man would miss sitters on the daily. Yeah, it's true. Lukaku's a guy who needs plenty of chances in a game. He's almost like, and keep in mind, he's Harry Kane kind of style in the way that he needs a lot of chances to score goals. It just happens that Harry Kane is in a team, and Harry Kane is a much better technical footballer than Romelu Lukaku. So relax for a second. But Harry Kane's lucky enough to be in an attack where he is surrounded by players who are creative and are going to create chances. Unfortunately, Manchester United aren't in a position like that. And you know what? Lukaku will probably go on to score 30 goals, 35 goals a season for Inter Milan. It's actually interesting where Mauro Icardi could end up with that, because I don't know if Conte's going to play with the 2-striker system, but apparently he's not a fan of Icardi. And I don't know what clubs are going to be willing to pick him up, to be honest, given him his track record of being like A1 shithouse in the dressing room. Turning on the Inter fans, obviously, in his autobiography. I don't know who writes an autobiography at the age of 24 or 25, however old he is, but that should tell you what kind of person he is. So, no, I wouldn't take a punt on Icardi personally anyway. But yeah, judging by you guys in the comments, it seems like we're all happy to see Romelu Lukaku go anyway. But anyway, that's all for us today, folks. Anyway, make sure to like, share and subscribe on the video. We're trying to hit 10,000 subs before the start of the season. You guys have been absolutely fantastic supporting the channel, giving your feedback, constructive feedback as well. We were expecting a lot more negative comments when we started the channel, but you guys have been absolutely fantastic. So see you again soon.